Hey guys, my name is Chelsea Gessler, and I'm going to be talking about R.J. Palacio's book called Wonder. It's about a little boy who has a facial deformity, and his name is August, and he has spent his whole life being homeschooled because he went through a lot of surgeries, and his mom didn't think it was really time for him to go to school yet. But now he's getting ready to go into the 5th grade, and she actually thinks that it's time for him to go to public school because she is running out of things that she knows how to teach him, and she also thinks it would be a good experience for him to be around other children his own age. So she tells him about this idea, and he finally agrees, even though he's really nervous about it. When he decides to go, she sets up an appointment with the school's principal, Mr. Tushman, and Mr. Tushman has set up 3 children to give August a tour of the school and to also, help him out while he's at school, to be his friend. But it turns out that really only one of these children turns out to really be a good friend to August, and his name is Jack. The other little boy's name is Julian, and he turns out to be one of August's biggest bullies in his whole school because he likes to pick on August. He likes to refer to Star Wars characters whenever talking about August. And even this little boy's mother thinks that August doesn't belong in their school. So it's really hurtful to August. The other little girl's name is Charlotte, and she's pretty nice to August, but August just thinks that she's doing it because it looks good for her. When August finally gets in school, on the first day of school, he has to sit by himself at lunch, and this little girl finally comes over and talks to him, and her name is Summer, and they turn out to be really, really good friends. She's the only one in the book that August really opens up to, and he never really has any problems with her. She's always nice to him, and she's always a friend to him. Jack, on the other hand, they have a problem one time when August hears Jack saying things about how August always follows him around, and August thinks that Jack really doesn't want to be his friend, but it turns out that Jack really does, and they end up making up in a part of the book. This book is also told through other people's perspectives. There's a part from August's sister Via, and in her book she talks about how August is the center of the universe in their world, and how her parents are always focused on August, and they're not really focused on her all the time, which she's done a really great job of handling, but she's starting to get a little jealous, and she's starting to see how everybody else sees August, because throughout their lives she's always been very protective, and she doesn't like it when people look at him funny. But she's changing, and there's actually a part in the book where she has a school play that she doesn't even tell her parents about because she doesn't really want them to bring August, because so far in her new school she's just been a normal girl. She hasn't been the girl with a deformed brother, and so she doesn't really want to start that. But eventually she realizes how selfish she's being, and she invites them to come, and they do, and she's really happy that she did invite them. This book ends by August. At the end, he's finally made friends pretty much out of everybody in the whole school. When they go on their class field trip, it's an overnight trip, and they run into some boys from another school that pick on August really bad. They're really mean to him. And the boys from August's class actually stand up for August. They actually fight the boys. They have a fist fight. And so that part shows that, August really has made an impact on these boys enough that they'll stand up for him against other people. They take up for him even though they've been mean to him themselves. And at the end of the book, it's awards day for the 5th grade, and August wins an award for kindness and for silent strength, because he's really a strong person. He takes all this on his shoulders. For a 5th grader, he could lash back out at these people, but he doesn't. He takes it and keeps going even though he has hard days. For being a future teacher, I really think that this book is important for me because it shows how August's teachers treat him. They don't treat him any differently than they treat any of their other students. So I hope that I will not treat people differently on how they look look either. I hope that I will be able to maintain equality throughout my classroom. I also hope that through this book I've learned not to look at people differently, because August would get really offended whenever he would see people glance at him. Even if they were just glancing at him, he could see the shock in their eyes when they looked at him. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings ever by the way I look at them. I hope that I can just look at them like I look at any other person that I see. So, thank you, and that's all.